We've got our 2017 F150 project truck here. For suspension on this, we did the Eibach Pro Truck Sport Leveling Kit, which is a replacement strut for the front end and then replacement shocks for the rear. You can actually buy them individually, but we did the full kit on all four corners. The Eibach strut is actually adjustable up to 2 inches, so it's not just a replacement, it does actually act as a leveling kit for the front of the truck. We have ours set up with the optional spring that you can order with it, so that actually brings it up to a little over 2.5 inches in the front, and we get a really nice, aggressive, leveled stance. None of the funny looking two-wheel drive, nose in the ground sort of look. All the leveling that comes from these Eibach systems is just in the front of the vehicle. The rear shocks that we did don't actually provide any additional height, but you also don't need any. The main goal is just to bring that front end up just slightly higher, that additional 2 inches, so you can get a better wheel and tire fitment. And then the shock in the back is strictly for a better ride and a little better off-road performance. It's just a bit more comfortable and is made to handle some of the extra abuse you take from running down washboard roads or in the gravel or hitting some rocky terrain. As far as ride is concerned, on the road, they're very comfortable. If you do have them leveled up to like 2 inches, you will notice that it is going to be a little bit stiffer ride. It's nothing compared to doing like a full 4-inch lift kit or an aftermarket coilover. This is still going to be very usable as a daily driver for hauling the kids around, or if you're using it to commute back and forth. It's still a very, very comfortable ride on the road. Off-road ride with the Eibach is excellent as well. They are not built to be the kind of strut where you would go out and like jump the vehicle or do some really hardcore rock crawling, but these are going to be really good for the everyday weekend warrior kind of guy who wants to take the truck out camping and is maybe running some forest roads. With that added bit of leveling, where you can get 2.5 inches here, you can also get a larger tire, and that's going to improve your off-road capability and your ride quality as well, should you air down the tires or go with something that's a little bit beefier. From my personal experience, I spent some time driving this truck when we were in Utah. I've driven it out to Lake Pleasant. We actually just recently took it up north in Arizona. So I spent a good amount of time doing highway and dirt miles, and it's definitely one of my favorite entry-level systems that we run. The Eibach struts are very comparable to like the Bilstein 5100 adjustable strut kits that you can get. I would say as far as ride performance, they're going to be pretty similar. You may not notice a big difference between them. With Eibach having the aftermarket spring added to the kit, it does make them a bit stiffer than just the standard Eibach or a standard Bilstein would be, but it does give us that extra 0.7 inches of lift on there, which we did want to get the proper stance. The Eibach rear shocks are also able to handle a little bit larger rear block if you do decide to bring that rear end up and keep some of the factory rake, or just add a bit of lift in the back. It will be able to stretch a little farther than your standard factory shock would. Overall, the Eibachs are a really solid kit if you're somebody looking for a usable daily driver kind of suspension system and you want that little bit of extra height, but you don't want to compromise your on-road ride or the feel of the truck as you're driving it back and forth to work, whatever it may be. They're a very comfortable system, also a lot more affordable than your full coilover kits and lift kits. It does put you in more of an entry-level bracket without having to spend a lot of money. You still get a good stance on your truck.